Few minutes left, Senator. Just a lightning round here. Would you?
Lightning round. Oh, yeah.
Do you
Let me just
support
drink my water in a Marco Rubio fashion.
That's right. It's not a small water bottle. We avoid having that to avoid those kind of moments.
Okay.
It's a nice mug.
Yeah, it's very nice. Can I keep it, though?
Sure. I don't know. Do you have to follow an ethics?
Do you like how I'm
form, or-
avoiding the lightning round with various techniques? No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm not avoiding the lightning.
Do you support the emerging debt limit deal, extending it for the budget for 2 years?
Well, I hope we can negotiate something. I have voted for debt limit agreements before because we don't want to put our country at chaos. But I think it's very important to allow the negotiation. And I know, being in leadership, I know that's continuing. I haven't heard an update this week. But last week, I talked to Senator Schumer about it. And I know that those, as well as Speaker Pelosi, that those agreements are being negotiated.
You're on the Judiciary Committee. Mm-hmm. Who on the current Supreme Court is most aligned with your judicial philosophy?
Well, I think about judges as in a separate category from politicians. I really feel strongly about that, and that you have to put up names immediately. I will, of people. Not going to give you names.
I didn't ask for names, just on the current court, just so people get a sense
well,
of where
I think
your head is at.
I am very. I love this, like picking your best friend at a slumber party. You know, I am
People want to know where you lean.
No, and by the way, Justice Stevens, could I say, may he rest in peace, a good example of someone who was appointed in a time when things were different and then evolved over time in terms of his decisions. And you want that in a judge. And what I'm very concerned, you know about my major role during Justice Kavanaugh's hearing. I'm very concerned about putting judges on there who are so rigid in their beliefs that they won't change over time. But of course, I love the work that Justice Kagan is doing, and Justice Sotomayor, only because I was involved in their confirmation hearings. Justice Breyer and his opinions on the death penalty are important to me. And then, of course, how can you last but
I thought
not
you'd
least,
just start with Stevens and leave
Justice
it there.
Ginsburg, the notorious RBG. My daughter once had a photo taken at an event where I got some award of some kind with Justice Ginsburg and me and my daughter, and she was like 18 or so. That night, she came to me and said, "Mom, I want to put this photo up on my Facebook page. Do you mind if I crop you out?" Because Justice Ginsburg is so cool.
She'll regret that if you're elected president.
Yeah.
So the debate stage, you're going to be on the debate stage this fall for multiple debates. What's your plan to break through?
I will, first of all, I'm going to continue to do what I did in the first debate, whether breakthrough or not. I believe that those debates are a moment in time where it's not just our Democratic base, but it's also Republicans and independents that are watching those debates. So you have a job of showing how you're going to be as a candidate, which is using the moment to advance an optimistic, positive economic agenda for this country. They're not just looking to get rid of the guy, although a lot of people are. They're also looking for what you're going to do as president, and a contrast to President Trump. I was shocked on our debate stage that more people didn't do that. I mean, I was able to talk about how his economic plan for the middle class and most of us has been all foam and no beer. I was able to talk about how he's been conducting foreign policy at 5 a.m. in his bathrobe. You know, I think...
Is it enough to run against President Trump at this point?
It is important.
Don't you have to run against your other fellow Democrats?
And there will be moments in this debate. I understand that, especially looking at my debate one night. I'm again debate one. And where you're going to be able to differentiate. I did some of that. I talked about in the first debate how I was concerned about the free college proposals that allow wealthy families to be able to have their kids go to college for free. I think the money should be focused on everyone else that need the help, and I put my idea forward on Pell Grants, and also, which we already talked about today, differences on health care and how we proceed there. But I will remind people, and I will do that and make a point of it, I always have, but what unites us as a party is still much more important than what divides us. So I think that point is going to have to be made. But you're right, that's what debates are for. I was particularly happy to see that I wasn't on the stage with every giant height-wise, which I was in the first one. I had, I think, 5 men over 6'2".
Who are you next to now?
Someone noted that means I'm more grounded when I was the but I'm the average height for a woman.
Do you know
I'm
who you're next to
5'4",
this
and
time?
I look like a shrimp up there. I like it. I'm the average height. Yes, I'm going to be next to. I'm going to be, let's see, next to Ryan, who's tall. He's really
Tim
tall,
Ryan from
right?
Ohio.
And then Mayor Buttigieg
Is it enough to be South Bend mayor? Is that enough experience to be president?
That'll be something we can discuss at the debate. I think so.
Are you saving it for the debate?
I think you can come.
He's
from
your Midwestern competition.
I think you can come from many different backgrounds, and I think that is important. And we've had presidents that have come from all different backgrounds, like the current one we have. He did not have a lot of experience in Washington, but I do think I will make the case that having some experience and having getting things done does matter. And I know that's not a cool thing to say right now, but I think it should be. And I think that matters. And I think it's important to look at candidates not just based on what they say and what they promise. This is a country of hope, not false hope. It's not just based on what they promise, but also what they can show that they've actually done. I do think that matters. And it matters to voters in this election. They want to make sure that you're going to be able to make the case against Donald Trump, which I think needs to be made with that optimistic economic agenda, by ignoring him at times, and also by using some humor against the guy. Okay. He uses humor, and you guys maybe don't think it's funny. And I don't always think it's funny, but he does that. And to point out the absurdity, you have to be able to go with the punches. So when I announced, and he made fun of me for talking about climate change in a blizzard, and he called me Snow Woman, which I thought, well, this works pretty well in New Hampshire. But when he called me Snow Woman, I wrote back, Donald Trump on Twitter, the climate change science is on my side. I'd like to see how your hair would fare in a blizzard. So, I think